Good evening all, and welcome to Dr. Rajesh Biogenesis CSR Net Chemistry Academy, Hyderabad, Telangana State. So myself, Dr. Rajesh Kumar Pavaku, Director and your concerned Organic Chemistry faculty. So Dr. Rajesh Biogenesis is one of the topmost institute in India, where we are going to handle complete chemistry, CSR examination pattern, GATE examination pattern, SET pattern, DL pattern, okay, PL pattern, and variable straight-wide as well as central-wide examinations are going to be given by our institute. And if you see variable central examinations which are conducted by central government, so that will be delivered in the form of a chemist. Even for that chemist jobs also, we are giving a intensive coaching for a selected candidates. And about our institute, it is one of the oldest institute in Telangana state, which having a vast experienced faculty in the field of chemistry itself. We don't have any other specializations, especially physics and mathematics and even other science as well as arts, CSR, UGC will be not available. Only our institute is completely dedicated to chemistry students only. Okay, and even from the last 24 years, many institutes are going to be giving science CSR examination pattern, but we are the only one which will give a extreme level in-depth knowledge and conceptual knowledge, subjective and objective knowledge for the candidates, and that would be helpful for their research point of view. So what is the advantage of intaking admission in biogenesis? The major advantage in our institute is, once if you take admission in our institute, first we are going to explain from the basics. So I think you people are completely aware about how other institutes are going to explain, how your faculty explain your PG level. And the same way, whatever the knowledge you gain in your degree level and even in your intermediate level, they won't explain in such a way that you are going to understand the concept in sequentially, which is linked with your concepts as well as chapter sample. But this is the only one institute which is completely dedicated to chemistry. Even we have a choice to start physics, mathematics, but we are sincerely dedicating our knowledge and our sincerity and regularity only for our chemistry students as well as chemistry candidates, those who are writing state as well as central examinations. So even state examinations such as Transco, Genco, JL examinations and DL examinations, Polytechnic examinations, these different types of examinations, in-depth knowledge with conceptual as well as logical approach and subjective as well as objective approach is completely given by our faculty. So my sincere thanks to our physical as well as inorganic faculties, and they are shown much more interest to deliver their all subjects with different research articles by gathering new advanced knowledge and delivering that advanced knowledge in a particular way so that student can understand very easily. So everything will be dedicated to our students only. So apart from that, I have a 24 years of experience regarding organic chemistry. So where we given number of questions for the variable central universities as well as other competitive examinations for the reference point of view. So what is the advantage of intaking CSR coaching? So you people have some knowledge about what is CSR and what after CSR. Just now sir explained about that part. So right now what I would like to say is about organic chemistry we are going to discuss directly, because general things are already discussed by Shashikan sir. So right now I want to discuss about only organic chemistry. Then I will explain syllabus and how to concentrate the topics and what are the available topics are there which are going to be giving more amount of marks in your CSR examination, and what will be the availability of that particular concepts which will be useful for your advanced level research. Okay, so in our institute from the last 24 years, if you observe, many institutes are taking hardly around 2 to 3 hours, and they will take the concept with respect to their objective standards only. They won't explain the concept in a theoretical pattern, subjective pattern, logical pattern, then later on objective pattern. They will explain directly objective pattern without knowing conceptual knowledge. So will you accept any institute by explaining any conceptual knowledge, will you able to attempt any objective questions? Is it possible to attempt? No. So hardly one or two questions are going to be expected based on your objective knowledge, but you will attempt some objective questions. But thing is, it is impossible to attempt all objective questions without knowing subjective. So if you want to attempt any objective question, definitely you should be very strong in subjective itself. Without knowing subjective knowledge, it is impossible to gain objective knowledge. So by knowing some subjective knowledge, and if you apply that subjective knowledge in objective point of view, and by giving more number of examples, more number of practice interconversions, and more number of applications from one concept to other concept, then you will get a overall knowledge on the corresponding concepts. So the major advantage in our institute is we are going to start with the basics. Slowly we will make up that basics into your chapters. And in that chapters, what is the core area to understand and what is the major area to select the chapter to attempt CSR questions. Which area in that particular chapter in examination they are asking. That area also we are going to focus. And suppose when any selected topic comes regularly in CSR examination, that we are also going to indicate with a different explanation. So, some specialized institutes will be there in throughout India where they are concentrating only selected area in chemistry. I don't want to reveal their names, but how they are explaining strategically. Suppose if you focus some selected topics in organic chemistry, we know very well where they will ask. So what they are doing is they are explaining only that topics where they are repeating regularly. CSR repeating regularly. But if you observe clearly, some chapters will be there, the chapters you are learning, but the chapters doesn't get any kind of marks in your CSR examination directly or indirectly. But they are boosters for your advanced level topics. Without knowing that particular topics, it is impossible to attempt any advanced level question. So, whatever the things you understand in your degree level, PG level, and whatever the subject standards you developed in your PG level, that won't be helpful over here. Because here you need to crack JRF examination by competing all over India-wide students. Those who have above knowledge, average knowledge, intelligent students. So almost all, each and every candidate want to write CSR examination once if they passed out their PG in chemistry. But taking coaching, it will direct in two particular directions. You may eligible as a faculty and you can also eligible to do any research. Okay, so two ways of settlements will be there in your life. The first most important settlement in your life is you can eligible as a faculty. Minimum eligibility will be there. So right now today, you people having some idea about what will be the value of a faculty if they have a brilliant knowledge on concept. So frankly I am saying that suppose if you are a chemistry faculty, with a qualified GATE or CSR examination, so right now many corporate sectors will be there. I don't want to reveal that names in the form of colleges, junior colleges, degree colleges, PG colleges. Forget about degree and PG. You focus only on junior colleges and IIT institutes and IIT advanced level institutes. And literally remember, they are asking the candidates that whether you are qualified CSR or not. Once if you qualify CSR, starting salary will be in and around 70,000 without experience for MSc passed out candidate. MSc passed out candidate with JRF examination or CSR net eligibility. Many corporate sectors are intaking the candidates as a JL by around 70,000. Minimum salary it is. Once, just imagine, once if you scope up with the subject and if you know how to explain the concept, how to understand them and how to deliver your subject with respect to average student, intelligent and brilliant student. So based on the standards of the students, they are separating the candidates. And they are giving coaching for a student, those who are selected as a JL, for 6 to 7 months or 1 year by giving 70,000 salary. Then you are making them as a strong faculty. Once if you are converting as a senior lecturer, then we won't expect what will be the salary of you. So it might be either 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. That depends upon the standards and depends upon the capability of the candidate to deliver a concept. How easily he was delivering, how easily that concept is understood by the candidates, how many people are accepting, whether they are getting ranks or not with their concerned faculty explanation. So everything they will take under consideration, then your packages will be get increases. Okay, that is next thing. But thing is, ultimately, if you want to settle down in your life with CSR examination, after cracking CSR examination, so multiple options will be there. In that, one of the option is teaching field. If you are interested, that is secondary. But one of the best option, if you want to settle down as a faculty, is your teaching field. So don't choose degree as a faculty, PG as a faculty. So you try to target junior colleges. Once if you crack JRF examination, suppose if you are interested in teaching field, I am saying. If you are not interested in teaching field, then you can go for research, assistant professor, and you can also go through degree lecturer. Even government sector examinations, almost all having a same syllabus. It is similar to your CSR examination only. Even with the help of the CSR examination syllabus, you can also write GATE examination clearly. Toughness of CSR examination is a little bit very higher as compared to GATE. In GATE examination, physical chemistry questions are a little bit tougher as compared to inorganic and organic questions. So if you compare organic and inorganic, inorganic questions are very tougher in case of CSR as compared to GATE. So whatever it may be, if you want to qualify CSR examination, so 3 specializations are required: organic, inorganic and physical. So in my time, whenever we are writing CSR examination on that time, it is completely theoretical pattern. Theoretical pattern means how you will write your PG examinations. Same way they conducted CSR examination. They are correcting the complete question and explanation, everything. They are awarding the marks for individual question. 2 marks question will be there, 6 marks question, 8 marks question. Similar to PG examination, CSR examination is there on that time. It is around 2006-07 on that period. So later on from 2009 to 10, from there it is converted to objective CSR examination. Objective CSR examination, on that part will be remain same. Part A, B, C, just now sir explained. A, B, C, 20, 40, 60 is there, but on the time that would be 20, 40, 75. 25 organic, 25 inorganic, remaining 25 from physical chemistry. Out of that, you need to attempt 25 questions only. Same, 25 questions. If you prepare your specialization clearly, suppose if you are a specialization student in inorganic chemistry, you will give first priority for inorganic chemistry only. Suppose if you are an organic student, you will give priority for organic. So on that time, if you prepare your specialization, it is sufficient to qualify. But right now pattern is changed. Part A is there, which is complete general aptitude, reasoning and mental ability. So in that one, hardly 5 to 6 questions are able to attempt without taking any question. Means if you take any group 1 coaching or group 2 coachings, okay, so those who are preparing for UPSC, only that particular candidates can attempt that part A questions. Even that won't easy for them, because every time they are changing the pattern of asking questions in part A. So forget about the 20 questions which are given in part A. In that you need to attend 15 questions or not. So random questions they are asking. Sometimes reasoning questions they will ask. Sometimes they will ask complete mental ability questions, general aptitude questions. Okay, so we can't expect what type of questions they are selecting for part A. So we should not waste our time, especially for part A, for preparing 30 marks. Just focus on 170 marks. In this 170 marks, organic, inorganic, physical, 3 parts will be there, part B and part C. Part B, frankly I am saying that part B questions are almost all equal to your MSc standards. Especially those who are prepared their degree. After completion of degree, you people will write MSc entrance. Right? So in that MSc entrance, whatever syllabus you prepared, organic, inorganic and physical, then definitely you can attempt part B questions very easily. Only IIT standard questions are sufficient. Even intermediate student can attempt that part B questions. So in that 40 questions will be there, you need to attempt 35. Out of 35, every question carry 1/4 negative mark. So overall you will get 70 marks. So later on part C is there. In that definitely organic 20, inorganic 20, physical 20, total 60 questions will be there. You need to attempt only 25. So my suggestion is minimum 2 you need to prepare. Don't prepare only one. Right now you need to prepare your specialization. Additionally, suppose if your specialization is organic, you need to prepare inorganic completely, otherwise physical completely, and by taking help of third subject with a selective chapters. Suppose if you are preparing organic, inorganic and physical completely, that is fine and good. There is not a problem at all. If you prepare organic, inorganic, physical, whatever we explain in our institute, if you prepare that one, that is sufficient. But some people, they will think that I will prepare, maximum students, they will think organic, inorganic, later on, if they have some patience, then they will prefer physical chemistry. That is also acceptable, but thing is, you try to take maximum help from physical chemistry. Try to prepare organic, try to prepare inorganic, and try to take help from even third specialization. Suppose if you are a physical chemistry student, you have a more probability of qualifying CSR examination, because you people having some knowledge on physical chemistry, and especially part C questions, some theoretical questions are coming from physical chemistry in CSR. Numerical questions are very few in number. In part C, very few numerical questions sometimes, but nearly 80% of numerical questions are coming. That will be very easy for physical chemistry students up to MSc standards. You can attempt part B questions, but part C questions required thermodynamics, statistical thermodynamics, quantum chemistry, and little knowledge on chemical kinetics. So if you know these 4 chapters, almost all in part C, in and around 10 to 12 questions will be attempted very easily. Part C I am saying, because part C each question carry 4 marks. In and around hardly 70 to 80 marks will be scored very easily by choosing this particular chapters in physical chemistry. Okay, minimum 2 intense knowledge on 2 specializations, and 1 will be a tentative knowledge. That is sufficient. But don't ignore third specialization. I'm not saying that try to ignore complete physical chemistry, try to ignore inorganic chemistry based on your specialization. I'm saying that try to focus on 2 areas clearly. 1 area, minimum you need to prepare 40% of knowledge is required. Because sometimes if organic, inorganic questions are tougher, on that time you can take that 40% from physical. Suppose if your specialization is inorganic, you want to take physical chemistry. Suppose inorganic physical chemistry questions are tougher, on that time you can take help from organic. So that's why don't believe on one particular specialization, try to prepare 2, and by taking help from third specialization, you people will qualify very easily. Okay, so right now I am going to discuss about the syllabus of your organic chemistry and what are the important areas to cover in that particular concepts, and which area will give more marks, and what are the area to target. Everything I will explain. Okay, just take down the syllabus. So this is complete organic chemistry syllabus I am writing. Organic chemistry syllabus. First see, you people having some idea about IUPAC nomenclature. So this we will discuss. So what is IUPAC nomenclature? So we are giving names of an organic molecule by using this one. So where you will see a normal straight chain alkanes, halogen compounds, alcohols, aldehydes, and even we can explain bicycles, pyros, and heterocycles. Everything will be discussed here. Okay. So then we are going to discuss GOC, General Organic Chemistry, Basic Organic Chemistry, GOC. So what we will discuss here, we are going to discuss about types of fissions, types of intermediates, then what are the electronic displacements observed in a given molecule, such as inductive effect, mesomeric effect, hyperconjugation, inductomeric effect, electromeric effect. Everything will be discussed in GOC. GOC is almost all, it is heart of organic chemistry. Maximum, nearly 90% of organic chemistry depends on GOC itself. Okay, so if you are very strong in GOC, it will be one of the easiest tasks to complete organic chemistry. In that only you will see what is isomerism, chain isomerism, position isomerism, ring chain isomerism, metamerism. Everything will be discussed in GOC itself. Okay, so after GOC we are going to discuss about reaction, otherwise reactive intermediates. What is the meaning of reactive intermediates? The intermediates which are generated during progress of reaction. Suppose if any organic reaction is going on, during completion of that reaction, it may take one step, two step or three step. Every step there is a possibility of showing one intermediate. That intermediate may be carbocation, carbanion. Then we can also go free radical, carbene, nitrene, benzene. Some selective reactions are there, name reactions. Suppose if I say carbocation, pinocol rearrangement, diphenol rearrangement, dinone phenol rearrangement, Wagner Mervin rearrangement, carbanion. So like that, based on the intermediates, one can guess what type of organic reaction it is. So nearly this time, 2006 in June CSR examination, 2025 December paper, I am saying. So in that particular part, carbon intermediate questions are given. Carbon intermediate question given. So this is most important for your examination. And if you want to write mechanism, you should be very strong in reactive intermediates. Then reaction mechanism. Next is reaction mechanism. So what do you learn here in reaction mechanism? So you people having some awareness about how to write an organic reaction. Organic reaction means what you will think? Writing mechanisms or not? Maximum. Writing mechanisms. So if you want to write any organic reaction mechanism clearly without any mistake, without forgetting, first thing is without forgetting, without doing any mistake, you should be strong in mechanism and intermediate. If you know intermediate, then you can write mechanism. If you don't know intermediate, not possible to remember mechanism. So that's why first you target intermediates. Every reaction, suppose if I say Riemann-Tiemann reaction, if I ask what is Riemann-Tiemann reaction, intermediate is carbon. So we are writing mechanism based on the carbon. No need to remember on that time. Suppose pinocolone, intermediate is carbocation. I am writing mechanism based on the generation of carbocation. Suppose if intermediate is carbanion, okay, Stevens rearrangement, okay, and if you go for Hoffman rearrangement reaction, okay, Neber rearrangement, Hoffman rearrangement, okay. So some selective rearrangements are there where if you know intermediate clearly, you can identify corresponding reactions very easily. So in reaction mechanism, we are going to learn even types of reactions in this case. Substitution reaction, addition reaction, and elimination reaction. Substitution further three types: electrophilic, nucleophilic, free radical. So in this, how organic molecules will participate in chemical reactions, we are going to discuss clearly. Electrophilic substitution reaction, alkylation, acylation, halogenation, nitration, sulfonation. Suppose if you go through free radical substitution. So every reaction, some selective functional groups are going to involve in that particular reaction. So they are based on that, they are classified into three types: addition, substitution, and elimination. Okay, only three reactions we are going to discuss in this case. Reaction mechanism means three reactions we are going to discuss with complete mechanism. So once if you know this, reagents are very easy for you. Okay, next, fourth one. After this, so here we are going to discuss named reactions and rearrangements. Named reactions and rearrangements. Do you know this? Some standard rearrangements and named reactions are there in CSR examination. So bunch of reactions are there which require more patience to remember, more hard work you need to pay for remembering these named reactions as well as rearrangement reaction. So starting from acyl-ion condensation, benzoion condensation, aldol condensation, okay, then go for benzylic acid rearrangement, on-tested rearrangement, Wolff rearrangement, okay. So you go for Michael addition, Mannish reaction, Robinson relation, okay. So many named reactions are there. Small reactions or large reactions, everything will be discussed here itself. Then followed by top rearrangements are there. Carbon rearrangements, nitrogen rearrangements, oxygen rearrangements. Carbon, can you give an example of carbon rearrangement? Pinocolone, Wagner Mervin, diphenol, demzeno, dinone phenol. Then followed by nitrogen rearrangement, Hoffman, Curtius, Larson, Smith rearrangement. Oxygen rearrangements, can you give an example of oxygen rearrangement? One example, Baeyer-Villiger oxidation, peroxide rearrangement. Okay, Dakin rearrangement. So then later on you will see electron diffusion rearrangement, Neber rearrangement, Stevens rearrangement. Okay, so like that many rearrangement reactions are there. So where you will focus more marks, especially for part set. Okay, these are very, very important one, especially questions are coming from these two areas. Then go for coupling reactions. Coupling reactions, aromaticity. Concept of aromaticity. Here Suzuki coupling, Sono-Geshira, Heck reaction, okay, and Negishi reaction. And you can also go for Mitsunobu reaction. Some standard name reactions are there, GC reactions, tape-based reagent. Everything will be discussed here. So you may expect a gunshot 4 marks question from coupling reactions. And about aromaticity, concept of aromaticity, what is aromatic molecule, what is anti-aromatic, what is homoaromatic, pseudo-aromatic, and some selective theories are there. Huckel's rule, Force-Muslin diagram, Krey's rule. So these are the parts where you will learn concept of aromaticity. Okay, then go through very, very important chapter, pericyclic reactions, and one more is photochemistry. Pericyclic reactions and photochemistry. So this is one of the most important chapter in CSR, especially in organic chemistry, where it will give more number of marks in interconversions. Almost all you may expect a nearly 20 to 25 marks from pericyclic reactions only, directly or indirectly. Okay, so in that you will see what is electrocyclic reaction, what is cycloaddition, then what is sigmatropic reaction, then what is chelotropic reaction and group transfer reaction, etc. Then followed by theories, FMO approach, PMO approach, and Woodward-Hoffman correlation diagrams. Everything will be discussed here. Okay, then after knowing this, they will ask only two things. What is the condition? What is the mode of rotation? Only two things will be helpful in pericycle. Then followed by photochemistry. It is most important one even for UV spectroscopy even. In photochemistry, you will see what is photochemistry of carbonyl compound, starting from photoreduction, then followed by Paterno-Bucci reaction, photo-oxidation, photoreduction, then Norris 1, Norris 2, okay, and oxo-dipymethane rearrangement, dipymethane rearrangement, okay, photochemistry of benzene, photochemistry of nitriles, photochemistry of cyanides, isocyanates. Almost all many functional groups are going to be comes under this category, photochemistry. So but in photochemistry, generally only one 4 marks question is repeating regularly from photochemistry of Norris 1, photochemistry of Norris 2 with respect to carbonyl compounds. Maximum names involved in photochemistry are repeating concepts. Names involved in photochemistry such as photo-oxidation, photo-reduction, okay, Norris 1, Norris 2, Paterno-Bucci reaction, dipymethane rearrangement, oxo-dipymethane rearrangement, photochemistry of diene, okay, photochemistry of isolated diene, conjugate diene, cumulate diene, like that. Many photochemistry concepts are there, but in your examination most commonly they are asking questions from name related photochemistries. Okay, next. If you go through next topic, that is stereochemistry. So many people are, if I say organic, they will think about stereochemistry only, right? What do you learn in stereochemistry? We learn about what is a chiral center, chiral axis, helical axis, chiral plane. What is enantiomer? What is diastereomer? So how to write a projections of a molecule, Fischer projection, Newman projection, Saar's projection, how to interconvert one form to other form, interconversions, writing DL configuration, writing RS nomenclature, comparing the relations between two stereoisomers. So in this GOC, whatever stereo isomerism which we are learning, that is up to isomerism only for structural. Only structural isomerism we are going to discuss in this one. Structural means we are going to learn chain isomerism, position, functional, ring chain and meta. Only that isomerism we are going to learn in isomerism. So even that part, if you take any IIT student, they can explain easily. But problem with stereoisomerism, same molecular formula but different in their orientation. Connectivity is same. Here connectivity is not same. Here connectivity is same but orientation is different. Stereoisomers are classified into variable types. Enantiomers, diastereomers, homomers, epimers, many isomers are there. So everything will be discussed here. DL configuration, RS configuration, exo-endo isomerism, okay? Then trio-erythrio relation, everything will be discussed in stereochemistry. So it is one of the heart of organic chemistry, especially for reagents. See, many people, even if they know about what is the property of that reagent, after completion of that answer, they are unable to attempt the question based on stereochemistry. They know the answer, but what happens? Stereochemistry, they will change. There is a problem to predict the answer. So that's why you should be very strong in stereochemistry. Then, conformation analysis. So here, how to write a conformers? Isomers produced by CC rotation, ring flipping, pyramidal inversion. So writing conformers of a ring, 4-membered, 3-membered, then followed by 6-membered, 5-membered, etc. So conformers and their stability will be discussed here. Even chemical reactivity also we will discuss here. Okay. Then finally, asymmetric synthesis. So what we will discuss? In this we will see what is homotopic, anisotropic, diastereotopic ligands, what is Craig rule, force mucilin rules we will discuss, and even we will discuss how to select a asymmetric induction. Okay, asymmetric preparation of a single stereoisomer in respective possible number of stereoisomers can be done by asymmetric synthesis. Okay, so asymmetric synthesis, you may expect a straightforward question starting from the Witting reaction. So Witting reaction, allyl alcohol preparation, then followed by Sharpless asymmetric epoxidation. That questions are coming regularly. Okay, so everything, asymmetric aldol condensation, asymmetric named reactions, many named reactions where if you prepare one particular stereoisomer, that is called asymmetric synthesis. So it is also most important one. Then go through reagents. This is rank deciding chapter. In this we will discuss about oxidations, reductions, and here it is OMCs. Reagents is a mixture of three: oxidations, reductions, OMCs. Almost all 80 to 90% of questions are belongs to reagents only. Everything they will round up with reagents, correlate with reagents, apply with reagents. They will ask a basics and they will ask a reagent. They will ask a name reaction with reagent, rearrangement with reagent, coupling reactions with reagent, aromaticity with reagent, stereochemistry with reagent, conformation with reagent, asymmetric with reagent. So everything will link with reagent. So first, if you know basics clearly, on the time if you learn reagents with a proper mechanism, so almost all with reagents only you can qualify your CSR examination. 100% sure you can qualify, but some knowledge required on stereochemistry. First stereochemistry, then pericyclic reaction. If you are very strong in pericycle, stereochemistry, reagents and basics, these 4 chapters are sufficient to qualify. Out of 20 part C questions, minimum 15 questions come from these 4 chapters. Minimum 15 I am saying. GOC, pericycle, stereochemistry and reagents. This part I am saying. Pericycle, one more is GOC. If you know these 4 chapters clearly with complete advanced level knowledge, okay, if you are very strong in GOC means you have some idea about reactant intermediates as well as mechanism. If you are writing any reagent question or if you are attempting any reagent question in your examination means definitely you have some idea on intermediates as well as reaction mechanism. So these named reactions as well as rearrangements also well known if you know reagents. Even if you have a part knowledge on named reactions and rearrangements, only specified concept knowledge on named reactions rearrangements, still have the ability to attempt some questions on reagents. But total organic chemistry, part C I am saying, part C paper I am saying, that depends on reagents only. So if you are ignoring other chapters by knowing this particular concept clearly, definitely you can attempt all types of questions in examination. Is it clear up to here? Right. Next. So here we are going to see about spectroscopy. In this we are going to learn HNMR, C13 NMR, P31, F19, and we will see UV spectroscopy, then IR spectroscopy, and at last we will see mass spectrometry. It is not spectroscopy, mass spectrometry. And especially in the case of spectroscopy, it is not that much important chapter, but it is conceptually most important for your research. But organic point of view, if I say, whether if you ask me, sir, whether should I prepare spectroscopy or not, means I will say, if you have any time, you can prepare. If you are willing to prepare spectroscopy after completion of this all chapters clearly, then go for spectroscopy. Because only in HNMR and C13, between these two, one question will come which is related to data. Data means they will give HNMR coupling constant value, chemical shift value, and with that numerical data, we need to choose one of the option among the four. Four different molecules they will give with same molecular formula, same number of hydrogens, same degree of unsaturation, same number of heteroatoms. Only molecular formula with change in functional group is given, and they ask four options. In that one, 4 marks question is compulsory. HNMR data question is compulsory. It may link with even C13. Just prepare only coupling constant and chemical shift value. If you prepare coupling constant and chemical shift value among HNMR and C13, it is very easy to attempt 4 marks. 4 marks will be in your hands. Blindly remember, from HNMR C13, 4 marks is compulsory. And area of asking. What is the area of asking in HNMR? First is how to identify number of signals. Based on stereochemistry method, based on the selectivity point of method, based on the prediction method, substitution method, we can identify the number of non-equivalent protons. If number of non-equivalent protons are increases, number of signals also increases. And number of non-equivalent C13 carbons increases, signals also increases. Identification of signals, first thing, how to identify signals. Then how to identify multiplicity, splitting of a spectral line. One signal is splitting, that is called multiplicity. So, suppose 4 signals are there, what is the multiplicity of that signals? If you know that one, half of the questions will be worked out very easily. So, first is chemical shift value, coupling constant value, identification of number of signals, multiplicity. This 4 is sufficient between these two. Then you can attempt 4 marks question. Okay, then followed by mass. From the last 3 years, what we observed is from mass spectrometry, 4 marks question, sometimes 2 marks question they are asking. Especially bromine or chlorine, isotopic peak, M+2 peak, M+4, M+6, M+8. Okay, corresponding isotopic signals they are asking, and these questions are dead easy. Okay, so and in IR, stretching frequency values, if you prepare for individual functional loop, that is sufficient. And no need to stress UV, because from UV mostly they are not asking, and this UV link with photochemistry. Photochemistry basics and UV almost all same. What is bathochromic shift, hypsochromic shift, hyper and hypo, everything will be given here, and calculation of lambda max will be very easy for you. So selection of questions I am saying. So hardly from this you will not get even more than 10. More than 10 marks you won't get. Hardly in this one, especially in part C I am saying. Part C, and even if you compare part B also 1 or 2 marks, little bit varied from 10 to 12. That's it. So this total spectroscopy, if you compare and if you ask me, sir, how many marks you are expecting from this, means I will suggest maximum 12. And that too one question I revealed already. From HNMR, maximum questions will come. If they want to give any question from mass spectrometry, they may give 4 marks question. So the advantage of learning mass spectrometry is little information is there for basics. It will give some information about basics. How to break, how to identify the small species, how to identify the small atoms, how much composition is required, and we can identify the structure of the molecule. Okay, inequality in the molecule, connectivity in molecule. We can identify the molecular formula by knowing the weight. Okay, this is the advantage of mass spectrometry. And most commonly, a binomial expansion a plus b to the power n formula is required for identification of mass peaks. Okay, so if you prepare that particular part, it is sufficient to attempt all mass spectrometry questions. Two different aromatic skeletons they given this year. Two different aromatic skeletons with bromine they given, and they are asking about which is the correct statement for this particular molecules. Very easy. Okay, very easy question will be expected from mass, HNMR C13, chemical shift value, coupling constant value, identification of number of signals and multiplicity. They are sufficient. Clear? Then heterocyclic compounds. Next is heterocyclic compounds. Here nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur. 5-membered, 6-membered fused heterocyclic compounds are going to be asked here. So there is no requirement of preparing heterocycles separately. It will be covered in reagents itself. Only thing you need to concentrate, what is the EPS position? Electrophilic substitution position in pyrrole, furan, thiophene, pyridine, quinoline, isoquinoline, etc. What is the position? Where to substitute? What are the preparative methods? Some selective heterocycles. Okay, so don't expect a separate question from here. Link with some spectroscopy, molecular spectroscopy they will ask. And one more is reagent related to this, named reactions related to heterocycle. Suppose if you go through Riemann-Tiemann reaction, okay, then we can expect a question from pyrrole. Pyridine, Chichibabin reaction. Chichibabin means they will ask about pyridine. Like there are some selective nitrogen heterocycles are there where they are asking regularly. So you try to focus on EPS positions in heterocycle. EPS position means what? Electrophilic substitution positions. Suppose on an organic molecule, if an electrophile is attacking on that organic molecule, which position should I attack this electrophile on organic molecule? That you need to remember. Your big mechanisms will be there for preparation of any heterocycle and applications of heterocycle. Big mechanisms are there, but that you can attempt clearly only when if you know named reactions, stereochemistry, and one more is mechanism clearly. If you know mechanism clearly, named reactions clearly, then no need to prepare heterocycles, because heterocycles nothing but selection of position. Where you will add nucleophile, where you will add electrophile, what is the relative position? That's it. Okay, then go for retrosynthetic analysis. Retrosynthetic analysis and protecting groups. Concept of protection. This is called protecting groups. So this is not so much important. Hardly 2 marks will come from this particular area. No need to prepare. My suggestion is no need to prepare this one even, because it is a time taking chapter, but doesn't giving more marks. Retrosynthetic means completely reverse chemistry. And one more, protecting group means how to protect a functional group, how to deprotect a functional group. So this will be explained in reagents itself. Okay, then at last, natural products. See, about natural products, in this chapter we are going to discuss about what is carbohydrate, what is amino acid, what is peptide, what is nucleic acid, what is a terpenide, what is alkaloid, and what is steroid. So this is one of the biggest chapter. Almost all your total PG syllabus, especially 4th semester and 3rd semester, maximum parts will be included in this chapter. Okay, and this part also we are not going to discuss separately. That will be explained in reagents itself. Suppose I will take one reagent, osmium tetroxide I will take. I will apply on carbohydrate, amino acid, and I will apply on some terpenoids, some cholesterols, and even I applied on steroids even. So thing is, we are not going to put separate headings for some selective chapters. We are going to discuss in reagents itself. So that's what I am saying. Once if you know concept of reagents clearly, once if you know these reagents clearly, no need to prepare these chapters separately. Okay, so you can ignore natural products separately. Only some names if you remember, that is sufficient for you. So which among the following is a terpenide? DL questions, degree lectures questions they are asking. Which among the following is a alkaloid? Which among the following is a corresponding carbohydrate? Which is a basic amino acid? Which is a acidic amino acid? One selective method will be there, how to prepare N-terminal amino acid, C-terminal amino acid degradation. That will be discussed in reagents. There is not a problem at all. Separately we are not going to discuss this chapter. If you want to discuss this chapter, it will take 2 years to complete. Only natural products. No? Terpenites, one paper will be there. 4 units, one paper is there, terpenites. How many months they will take? 6 months, 1 semester. And even if you go for alkalides, even alkalides also separate paper is there. Okay? And natural chemistry with amino acids, peptides, nucleic acids, what not, carbohydrates, that will take nearly 2 units will be there separately. So that's why these particular questions we are going to link with reagents and we are going to complete in reagents itself. Okay, so this is the total syllabus which you have in your syllabus. I splitted this 16 chapters in separately in organic syllabus, but real area to concentrate for CSR examination to qualify, first GOC. First you concentrate GOC. You need to understand GOC clearly. Basic organic chemistry should be very strong. Starting from hybridization, degree of unsaturation, calculation of sigma and pi bonds. Everything will be discussed in GOC. Inductive effect, mesomeric effect, whatnot. Maximum basics will be covered in GOC. And after knowing GOC, you people will think it is nothing to learn intermediates and mechanism. Then followed by name reactions, rearrangements. Okay, this part is also important one. So name reactions, rearrangements, coupling reactions and aromaticity, 4 marks, 2 marks are coming from this. And here only photochemistry of some relative names. Okay, and even stereochemistry most important, conformations of 6-membered, 5-membered most important, asymmetric synthesis, preparation of a selective stereoisomer. What is homotopic? That questions they are asking. Which among the following is a homotopic? They will use 2 isomers and they will circle the hydrogens. What is the relation between these 2 hydrogens? Homotopic or anisotopic? Then they will ask about maximum concepts linked with reagents itself. See your previous papers. They target reagents only. If they target reagents, automatically you will cover natural products, all chapters. Then followed by spectroscopy. You try to focus even spectroscopy also, but don't waste your time by using spectroscopy. Don't neglect reagents. If you compare these two, this will score out of 20 questions, almost all 15 questions comes from here only. Okay, so almost all 15 means even that may helpful in part B also. Literally I am saying that you may get nearly 90 to 95 marks from reagents only. Reagents, GOC and stereochemistry. 90 to 95. Forget about inorganic, forget about physical. Part B, part C, combined I am saying. Suppose if you take help from spectroscopy, 4 marks will be additionally for you. And if you prepare, now need to prepare heterocycle because I am going to cover in reagents itself. Retrosynthetic analysis also, in interconversions I will show how to use that retrosynthetic analysis point, and even protecting groups also I will cover in reagents. Protection, deprotection, in reduction, oxidation and complete OMCs I will explain over here. So you know OMCs, organometallic compounds, Grignard reagent, lithium OMC, copper OMC, zinc OMC. Okay, after zinc OMC we will discuss about cadmium OMC, silicon OMC, tin OMC. Okay, phosphorus OMC. Many OMCs are there. Almost all 9 to 10 OMCs will be there in your syllabus. So with respect to that, many advanced level preparations are going to be given. So this will be helpful for your research. In your research only reagents and named reactions, stereochemistry. So stereochemistry means is also linked with these two. And spectroscopy, this few techniques, spectroscopy. How to identify a organic molecule with the help of spectroscopy. Actually that part will be there in your syllabus. Structural determination of organic molecule by using spectroscopy. That is a real heading in CSR. Structural determination of organic molecule with the help of spectroscopy. Means with the help of spectroscopy how to identify organic molecule structure. That will be discussed here. Okay. So that is about introduction part of organic syllabus. So in your next class I am going to start a new chapter in organic chemistry, so that it will be helpful for your advanced level examinations. Okay, so most probably we will start with basics only, so that if we start basics, that will be helpful for your advanced level topics. Even whatever small doubts will be there in your concepts, Okay, and whatever doubts will be there in your degree standard or PG standard, that will be rectified here itself. Okay, try to prepare well. All the best for your next coming session will be tomorrow itself. So tomorrow we are going to start with your actual chapter. The classes will be regularly, we are updating your online as well as offline. Okay, so thank you. See you in next class.